very good evening to you. Offside Maidens, the cricket podcast with an all-female panel who I will be introducing you to in a minute. I'm your host, Tara Lee. And before we get into anything, let me remind you to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell that you see to make sure you know all about the incredible and exciting content and future offside shows. You can also become a part of the conversation by, just dropping a comment. Also, live chat is, I suppose, live now. And our panel, let me introduce you right now. We have Emily, Man United fan, so you know she's salty. She is also deeply involved in the cricket, and she writes about it too. When you have time, pop over to Cricket Fanatics and do give them a read, those articles that she's written. The twins, Jess and Janine, cricket crazy, as cricket fans should be. And then we have Lucy, who is in the UK.
Okay.
He is a sports journalist in training, and from scoring to umpiring to playing, she does it all, and not just in the backyard. And speaking of playing, we have our resident cricket player, Leisha. Her football affiliations are also unfortunate. Good evening to all of you. I hope that you've had a good week. I hope that COVID hasn't gotten you down. Here in South Africa, we're on level 3.3, something to that effect. As you can see from what Leisha's doing over there, the alcohol ban has been lifted and curfew has been extended for us here in our country. So have you all had a very good week, twins? You are looking sprightly, looking good. Had a good
Yeah, this week was really good, chilled, relaxed. Planning to get back to campus soon, so yeah, really
Yeah.
cool.
And Mom's birthday was is
Easter
today,
day, so we're quite
still
It's a very happy
full.
birthday to your mommy. I hope you guys
Thank
spoiled
you.
her and allowed her to watch lots of cricket, because I mean that's the best way to
Yeah.
spoil anybody.
You
Sure.
know. But yeah, and we're still recovering because we ate quite a lot of cake today.
Yeah.
So if we look zoned out through the show, just know that we are very much here.
Okay,
Yeah.
food, food coma. Emily, how are you doing this fine day?
I'm good, thanks. It's been quite hot, so happy that we can go to the beach again. Not that I have. I might just wait till the hype is down a bit. But yeah, it's been good. Just been watching a lot of cricket and writing a lot about cricket.
Awesome. And Alicia, have you been playing a lot of cricket? Have you been training? Have you been watching? You look lovely. It doesn't actually look as though you trained today.
Firstly, before I get into
Glowing.
it, can I just say, Sanbonani, Ninjani, out there. Guys, I'm good.
Ooh,
That was
girl.
for everyone except Tara. Everyone except Tara.
What did I do to deserve this ire?
You support Liverpool, sorry.
Oh, she said it.
Nailed it. Yeah, I've been good. I've been playing a lot of cricket, you know. And I look this way because my coach, thank you for letting me go early. He let me go early and said I need to mention his name on the show because his words were, please mention that I let you go to come and gossip about cricket. So yeah, Coach
No.
Sia.
Hey, this isn't a gossip show. This is not a gossip show.
Yeah, but it's been good. I've been good. I was late to training like forever this week.
So when are you mentioning your coach's name?
Oh, we're
Sia,
waiting.
Coach Sia, I mentioned you. You're famous now.
Okay, Coach Sia, you just got a free plug there from Alicia. And Emily, at Change the Overs there in the corner. How's it? Oh my goodness, not Emily. Lucy. Lucy, the amount of times I call Lucy Emily is insane. You know what, Lucy? I feel like you need to change your name from at Change the Overs to Lucy. It's gonna make my job as a host that much better. So, Lucy, how are you doing? It's you in a different time zone and a different place.
Yeah, it's cold. It's wet. It's getting lighter though in the nights, so it's good.
Yeah, you say wet, and wet has been what we've just been talking about in cricket this past week for the ladies and also for the men. Although for our men Proteas, I feel like the rain came as a boon. They needed that rain to interrupt things there because things were not going their way. So we are all fans of the game, and earlier off air, we were discussing various fans in various sports. Twins, I feel like this is your area of expertise. How would you describe the Protea fan? I mean, first they want Quinny, then they don't. Then they don't want Faf, then they want him back. So how exactly does one satisfy a Protea fan as a female cricketer or a male cricketer? Or as another fan?
Well, I mean, yeah, Coney hasn't really been pulling his weight since he started captaincy, but I think we should just give the man a break. I mean, he's been hanging on to a tether for quite long. I mean, it looked very awkward. I don't know if he's captaining his thing. Maybe he's not really cut out to be. Oh, stop me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the fans are also very critical about it because, you know, we tired of giving chances, man. Every time give him a chance, let him show, And I think some of the fans are just fed up, like, guys, because we're giving chances, we're not seeing results, So
yeah,
it's quite tough out there, I think. But I mean, that's not my view, but I'm just giving it general view.
So have you guys taken to social media and been salty
no.
online?
No, not at all. We are not salty people, or Man United fans either. So
yeah, I mean
that salt belongs there.
Yeah, let's leave the salt there.
Pass the salt.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There's some cross pollination. The salty Proteas fans seem to also be Man United fans. I mean, I don't know. That seems to be the
You never
connection
know.
there. And it makes a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
sense, when it comes to keyboard warriors. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Sure.
So let's move on to our ladies, the Lady Proteas. The one-day international leg of the tour, where Pakistan was here visiting, was a 3-0 whitewash, and the T20 series was 1-1. So the visitors won the final match by 8 runs on the Duckworth Lewis Stern method. Their first win of the tour. Do you think it was the rain that went wrong, Emily? Did the rain? I'm speaking to the actual Emily now. Did the rain throw spanner in the works?
Look, in my opinion, they again let Pakistan. Well, Pakistan fought back, but I don't think they should have gotten as many runs as they did in the end. I think that was maybe about 30 runs too many that they got. But they did, what they've been doing throughout the series and fought back. So yeah, they put those runs on the board. And unfortunately, we just lost early wickets. My heart breaks for Faye. I really was hoping that she would score. But losing early wickets doesn't help at all when it comes to Duckworth Lewis. So yeah, I mean, rain definitely played a part in it. But I do think that Pakistan deserved that win. They've been fighting hard throughout the series. They've come so close. They've showed us that they really are up for a competition. That it wasn't a one-sided series. So yeah, no credit to them. But I think that we could have won if it didn't rain. But that's just how it goes in cricket, and that's just the game. So yeah, credit to Pakistan.
It was definitely one of their best performances, at least on this tour. I mean, all credit to Pakistan. They fought till the last. They fought in this last game, even though South Africa had already won the series. Javeria Khan recorded Pakistan's first half century of the tour. And I think they posted also the highest total of the series. something that, a total that South Africa hadn't even posted. And they were 66 for 5 at one point. Our total at the end after 12.3 overs was 68.4. It suggests that maybe we could have done something more had it not come into play. But Leisha, do you, from a player's point of view, do you think that when they were playing that they actually assessed the situation, that they played with Duckworth Lewis in mind? Because it didn't seem that way looking at them reaching a total of 68 for 4.
Yeah, no, I don't think they played with Duckworth Lewis in mind. I think they tried going about it the normal way, block a few balls out and then accelerate. And unfortunately, they ended up on the wrong side of Duckworth. I hate Duckworth Lewis, guys. It's so unfair. And I actually felt like maybe we were in with a chance before the rain, but yeah, Duckworth Lewis is tough, guys. But definitely credit to Pakistan.
But surely they knew there would be some rain coming their way. I feel like that they should have kept that in the forefront of their minds. I know that some big shots were attempted and then wickets fell, unfortunately, and we didn't get to see, maybe because in so few overs, we didn't get to see some of the players that we haven't seen throughout the series really get the opportunity to shine or perform. Lucy, the real Lucy, did you manage to get or watch rather any of the women's game, the final game where that was rained out a bit?
Not really, no. I've been looking at like scorecards really and just following along with like BBC Sport like notifications and stuff like that really.
Well, what did you think of the match and the Proteas' performance? Do you think that it was the Proteas that fell flat on the day, or do you think that, yes, all credit should go to Pakistan and the hard work that they've put in? They obviously went back and reassessed and worked on what they were lacking.
I think, yeah, what you said there with Pakistan doing what they did, I think the Proteas should have done the same. They should have looked at where they went wrong, especially in their fielding and stuff, and put that to the game like Pakistan did, but they didn't. So,
I mean, yes, Emily.
sorry. I think just to sort of what Leisha was saying about Duckworth Lewis, like, and what you were saying as well. There's a very fine line between trying to go over the top and keep at the rate, and then losing wickets, because if you lose wickets, you fall even further behind. So I think, there's always that, and they obviously had that in their back of their minds, and they thought, let's rather rotate the strike, get a good partnership going, and then we can go over the top. But the rain obviously came at the wrong time. Mignon du Preez looked good. She looked like she was starting to get going, and then the rain came. So yeah, I guess it's just unfortunate.
An unfortunate turn of events, but you know what? I know that the show is called, Anticlimactic end to the tour, but I'm not sure, that it really was. We played really well. I mean, if you look at it on paper, we were really, really good. I mean, we won both series. So I wouldn't really say, but Twins, did you feel like it was, just it was an anticlimax to see us go down like that?
I think for me, yes, it was a bit anticlimax because I mean, when you win, you want to win clean, you want to win all 3 matches, so it can also maybe have been another whitewash, for example. And if the rain maybe had not affected the game, we still don't know what the outcome would have been, but obviously it was Duckworth Lewis, so that kind of just threw everything out. But I don't know, it just seems so anticlimax because you see from the previous 2 T20s, from the way they played there, and then looking at the third game, it almost looked like there was a little bit of a slack, like, we won the previous 2, so this one is going to be like
we'll just
easy.
YOLO through this one.
Yes,
kind
and
of
then
thing.
it just looked like a whole YOLO.
And also, like, from Pakistan's side, I really thought that for them to have won this match, for them to take a win I was kind of hoping that they had a clean win
clean,
and not
yeah,
like by
even.
default
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. So they can say they actually fought and won the match, so they didn't get whitewashed again. But yeah, I think from Pakistan's side, it was maybe a bit of an anticlimax.
Yeah.
To just kind of end things there, and then it was like, oh, we couldn't carry on, or we couldn't try and actually win this fair and square, not like by default kind of thing.
Yeah, and I also think, just quickly adding on that, because remember now they also have to return home,
Yeah,
and their country is now also rooting for them. You know, we all want to see women
do
flourishing
well.
in sport, but yes, okay, so the Proteas did great, wonderful, one. But remember, they also have to return to their country. People are going to look at them and be like, okay, guys, so what happened, you know,
You
in
got
terms of your
whitewashed.
performance, you know, it was a little bit lacking here and there. So, I mean, it so quickly could have been the other way around, you know, the kind of,
Proud
yeah, how
fan
people can get when they're
fan
not
bases.
happy. Yeah, yeah. So I think it a little bit for them, it's also maybe very unfortunate. Also thinking what kind of nation Pakistan is towards women, I think, and I don't know much about that, but
Conservative.
yeah, it's probably going to be a bit tough on them also getting home with nothing to really show for it.
Yeah.
So their nation's essentially going to feel about them the way we feel about the men Proteas when they return. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
You can say
Low
that.
key, yes,
Yeah, low key,
yes.
yeah.
But do you feel because our women have been performing so well, or we've now become used to, just from this series, really, we've become used to their consistency. You know, there's a few rocky moments here, a few shady moments in the field, but we enjoying the wins, and we're seeing those wins. Eventually, at the end of the match, they are winning and they are lifting those trophies. So do you feel like you have come to expect more from them than the men? Because I mean, if we were talking about the men right now, you probably wouldn't be saying, I wish it was a whitewash every time, or it would be so
Yeah,
nice
no.
to just have a clean sweep. You probably wouldn't be saying
Yeah.
that.
I I would say because it's kind of like our first time really engaging in women's cricket, watching the game and learning to know the players and what they do and how they do things. So I wouldn't want to compare it to the men. I would like to know that when we watch women's games, that we can watch them in their capacity, or in it's there, that's
The
the zone,
moment,
them in the zone. And I think it's going to become a little bit problematic. We're going to try comparing with the guys. Look, we know women biologically. We don't want to get into all that stuff, but so it's obviously different. So I just think like,
I feel like women have a different brand of cricket, and not a different brand, but like it's. I know like people always saying that, oh, but women don't play cricket like the men. I'm like, well, I don't suppose they want to play like the men. I think they just want to play because they want to play. I mean,
they can
listening
play.
to most girls when they start playing, they said I played because I just wanted to play, or I had a friend or cousin or brother or sister or father or uncle or grandfather. But it's like it's not like, oh, I want to be like him or I want to play like that. It's more like I want to just play. And if you do have, say, for instance, a male legend, then you can sort of like shape your way of playing to that person, if that makes sense. But you don't necessarily want to be like the men, if you know what I mean. Not to sound feminist, but
No, 100%, 100%. The women have their own game. They don't need to be like the men. What you're saying is 100% correct.
Yeah, because the comments that came from some males, I won't mention, but there was people, let's just say they were judging Lauren Achenbach's umpiring gestures. So it was very like, I was like, no,
she's not doing
she
that.
is not doing that. She is showing that it's a boundary and she's done. And I'm like, she's doing her job. Then there was a complaint, oh, she doesn't look like she's enjoying what she's doing. I'm just like, bam.
Because we see so many smiles on male umpires' faces throughout the
No,
game.
not even. I mean,
No,
have
they
you
don't
seen? No,
smile.
they don't smile. I mean, who smiles when you are
They'll think you are
mediating a
yourself.
game? Exactly. Like, why would you be smiling out there? Unless Leisha's out there with a cranberry juice,
Okay,
maybe. But
Okay, Leisha's probably the exception. Leisha is always smiling, so Leisha would be actually the umpire smiling.
yes,
But then they would have a problem with that as well. Why is she always smiling? Why is she
yeah, they have a problem
smirking?
with
You know?
everything. Everything problem.
Why is she drinking juice?
You know?
When it's drinks break, but she's like actually drinking.
Yo, okay.
But
Yeah,
these
I mean,
and these comments and criticism,
yeah.
it's the reason why women are so amazing in their fields, because they are
Mm,
always judged more harshly and they are
mm,
always held to a higher standard. So Lauren Achenbach, she's going to be one of the best in the world, male or female, just because she has to push through and be better than her male counterparts.
mm,
So you know what?
exactly.
They can criticize and they can make comments, but it just helps us. It helps
Yes.
us.
Cue the beep.
Whether it's
Cue the beep, Tara.
Cue the beep.
wait, okay, wait.
Here we go.
Wait, I lost the
Some
beep. Oh, there's the beep. Okay, I've got it.
okay,
So this
and
is just
people
an
just
action.
need to.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. Just
Is that good?
hush.
Okay, excellent.
Yes,
Because
perfect.
we don't swear on this show, but
No.
we have a little bit of a beeping time. So, Shabnam Ishmael, who became the first Protea, male or female, to reach 100 T20 international wickets. That is brilliant.
Mm,
Another
wickets.
example of brilliance. She also moved up, I read today, one spot to second in the latest ICC Women's T20 bowler rankings. And she has been so consistently good, getting better and better. I think she even said at the age of 32 that this is the best cricket she's ever played. All the years she's been playing, this is the best, and she's just enjoying it. From a player's point of view, Leisha, explain to us, how good is she really? We see the figures, but break it down for us. And how difficult is it to be that consistent as a player, as a bowler?
It's wow. I don't even have words actually. It's really hard. Like when she got to Pfeiffer, I was like, oh my goodness. I know how hard it is to like bowl, come in, bowl with the same intensity ball after ball, and sometimes the fielding wasn't backing up, but she continued consistently bowling to her game plan, and it was for me. I was so excited watching. I was like, oh my goodness, look at this woman! Like she was just brilliant. She was on the money, consistent links, and she was just sticking to a basics. You could see she's sticking to a basics. She had a plan in mind. She bowled to the plan. The fielding backed her up for that game. But like it was all her. Really, it's really hard to be that consistent all the time. Like it takes hard work, training, over bowling over after over after over, and then some more overs after you've done bowling overs. So yeah. Just for the record, guys, I also have a Pfeiffer, just by the way.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
We love that.
Nice.
I don't have applause sound, or else I would play it.
Oh,
Next time I will cue the applause.
Really?
Just for you, Leisha. Whenever you do
Aw.
brilliant things.
Yeah.
100%. And we still have no idea when our next tour will be. According to the head coach, Hilton, he's hoping to build on this tour, but we don't really have a clear future plan. Whereas Pakistan, I think they're playing Zimbabwe and England. They have that in the bag, and then they're doing the World Cup qualifiers. We have nothing just yet. Um, how disappointing is that, Emily? The real one.
I guess that's me. Yeah, it is quite disappointing. I mean, obviously they would like to build on what they've done in the series, and it's difficult to be consistent when you sort of have stop start game. You know, you're playing a game or series, and then for another long period of time you don't play a series, and then play a series again. So it's difficult to keep up the intensity and the consistency and the practice and the energies and stuff in the camp when you don't know when you're going to play next tour. So I think that's a bit tough, and especially for the new girls who came in and played but didn't really get a chance to really showcase their talent. People like Sonalo Jafta with the bat, she didn't really get to bat. Faye Tunnicliffe. So it's a bit disappointing for them because obviously they'd want to show their talent. And they don't know, they don't even know if they're going to be able to in the next tour, if they'll be picked or not. So as a player, it's tough, but I think just got to keep working hard and yeah, pushing and showing the selectors that you deserve that spot. Yeah, but just I sort of wanted to also make a comment on I think the twins were mentioning it, and I think you Tara you were mentioning it as well. I'd love to see cricket being spoken about and being watched as cricket. You know what you were saying about Shabnam Ishmael, like I mean, I don't think it should be differentiated anymore. I mean, if Australia can fill a whole stadium for a women's game, like why can't we? Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I really think that it shouldn't be okay. Here's men's cricket and here's women's cricket, and they're separate. It's cricket, and you should just love cricket and just go watch cricket and just support cricket. So yeah, I just think that's where I want to see us going in the future.
I feel like this tour really has done so much. Oh, we got this interesting comment. Offside Maidens, booze or juice funds. Keep up the good work,
Wow.
ladies. This is for you,
That's
Leisha,
really
I assume.
That is really good.
Leisha enjoying that juice.
Sure.
I even forgot what I was going to say now, and I'm pretty sure that what I was going to say was very insightful.
Oh Lord.
You were speaking about how good this tour has been. I think that's what you
Yes,
for cricket.
for what you were saying.
Yeah.
I think that if it were not COVID, we could really create a hype and excitement around this women's tour. And I think that this particular tour and the performance, the consistency of our ladies has really created more of an excitement and a hype around the women's game. Or maybe it's just because more people are sitting at home and have nothing to do, and so now they're watching cricket. But hopefully it's because of their performance. Like you said, it's cricket and they're playing good cricket, exciting cricket, and there's wins. And there's records being made, like there's milestones being reached, and that's exciting. So we can actually celebrate. It's not a novelty anymore. These are women cricketers. Here they are. They are cricketers, they're playing the game. And now speaking of that, let's move on quickly to the men, because the men Proteas are in Rawalpindi. And it's the second test. It's day one. They are playing Pakistan in Pakistan. That's where Rawalpindi is, just in case you're not too sure. Just for anyone from anywhere in the world who's watching and doesn't know, I'm just clarifying. So they are there, and it always seems like a good start with the wickets. And then Pakistan does what we have been struggling to do, and that is stay there, stabilize, bat through. So that happened today. I mean, there was a 123-run fourth wicket partnership. Babar Azam on 77 and Fawad Alam on a 42. And the only thing that stopped them today, both unbeaten, the only thing that stopped them was the rain.
Again.
Was wet weather. And in this case, the wet weather seemed to come as, something good, something in our favor. We needed to go back into the changing room and maybe discuss what's happening. Now, I'm not sure, did any of you watch the game really closely? Maybe see how the pitch was behaving? Lisha, are you saying yes, you did?
I did catch some of the game, yeah. The pitch was very beneficial for Kesh. Kesh bowled really well. He utilized the pitch, he used the areas, got the areas. I was really disappointed when Tim Bavuma put down, I think, the opening batsman of Kesh's bowling. His first ball, Emma dropped the catch back and went through his legs. So I was like, oh, for flip's sakes, But
I have a beat sound.
No, I have words to follow in. I've been doing this a long time. Yeah, so I think the only bowler who really got who benefit from the pitch was Keshav, because he was hitting the areas. The pace bowlers weren't bowling as consistently as they should have. That's why Babar Azam and Fawad Alam, we just knocked them around. I mean, like I was watching them just hitting fours, and I was like, what is going on here? Because we were missing our link so bad, and I was like, we gotta pull up our socks. And I was actually annoyed at the rain. I didn't want us to go, into stumps because of the rain. I wanted us to come back and fight and be more consistent and take the wickets in the last session. I wanted us to own session.
But it didn't really look like that was going to happen. But maybe you saw something I didn't. Did you think that there was some pressure being built? Or were you just hoping?
No, I just know that after tea break in the last session, there's always a wicket there somewhere. Something happens. There's magic that happens. If Kish had like a few overs, he would have made it happen. But then again, he bowled 25 on day one, so I think that was a lot for him.
And but he did say that they are still actually assessing the pitch. They themselves, even after this day one, they're still unsure about the pitch. Maybe they should actually give you a call, Leisha, because it seems like you know more about what they should be doing. I mean that as a compliment, Leisha. I trust in your abilities.
Aw, maybe they should maybe put my number out there. So soon to keep dialing
No,
till you
don't
get
do that. No, no, let me
Keep,
tell you.
keep.
You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some strange calls, Leisha. You're gonna get some strange calls.
it was
Mm-mm.
my number, guys. I feel like if they're assessing the pitch already, I mean, still after playing on it, after getting 3 quick wickets, then they're actually really in trouble. Then they're on the back foot because you can't, like, when you go to the field in the morning, the first thing you do as a team, or the captain and the coach, is go to the pitch, because it's already selected, it's already rolled out, or not rolled out, but it's already selected, so you can go assess the pitch. And for them to do it only now, or still, it's a bit concerning.
Maybe they got it wrong. Emily, do you agree with Leisha?
Um, so I first, Rawalpindi has been historically has been, the fastest pitch in Pakistan. It's been the best pitch for pace. So, I wasn't really sure what to expect because obviously in the first test match, spin was vital for Pakistan. Spin, they saw we were trying to play spin. So I had a feeling that they were sort of going to go into the second test match trying to make this pitch as spinner friendly as possible. Obviously, there's only so much you can do to a pitch to make it as spinner friendly as possible. But seeing the lineups this morning with us having two spinners and them picking their two spinners, I sort of did have a feeling that okay, this pitch is going to be more spin friendly than usual. It's going to be less in it for the pacers. It's going to be more in it for the spinners. So I do think that today it's been more spinner friendly, but I'm interested to see how it's going to be later on. I'm not sure if it's going to break up more, if it's going to turn more, if it's going to actually there's going to be something in it for the paces. I don't know, to be honest, but yeah, definitely from today, it's definitely been more spinner friendly than what it usually is. Pity that George got that injury there. We don't know. I don't know if he's going to
Nothing's
come back. We don't
broken.
know that. Yeah, but hopefully he comes back out and helps Kesh there with the spinners role, because I think two spinners will be very important. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with the test match in the rest of the test match. So yeah, we'll see.
So, twins, I know that you've been eating cake all day. You admitted that at the start of the show. I'm not sure how much of
Yeah.
the cricket match you got in, um, in between
Zero.
the cake eating and the celebration.
You see, we
Do you think
were
we're gonna
planning
start?
to
Do you think we're gonna start day two really well? Maybe take some quick wickets in the morning.
Is this a clairvoyant thing again?
Yeah, is this
Yes,
another
yes,
clairvoyant
please
question?
tell
Oh,
us.
okay.
I mean, because the Proteas can't tell us, and we are just hoping for the best. So maybe you are the ones that are actually going to give us some clarity. And when I wake up tomorrow morning to catch the game, day two at 7 o'clock, I'm going to say, you know what? The twins told me this would happen.
Okay,
Wow.
I'll say,
Okay.
look, it's gonna take a while to pick up again, right? So I think it's gonna take them a bit of time to just get back into, somehow they just need that zoning in kind of, and then later into the game we'll realize, okay, we can get this back in control. It will take a turn. The game will take a turn.
For the best.
For the obviously for the
For
Proteas.
our best.
Yes.
'Cause, you know,
Maybe Maharaj will do some magic.
Yes, the pitch is going to do some cool things, I think.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
no, I think-
Kish is a offside favorite. Emily, Lucy.
Oh my lord. QB.
Lucy, I think
no.
you need to change your name to Emily, and then they can just be both of us, and then change your name like for real to Emily, and then it doesn't matter which one answers. If we just answer, it will be fine. Both of us, it's all good.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Like-
Lucy,
Emily.
did you manage to catch any of the game?
Yeah, I turned it on. I literally watched about 10 minutes. I've been packing to go back to uni on Saturday, so literally no. But again, I've had like my alerts on my phone, so every time my wicket falls or something, I'm like alerted, so it's good.
So what do you think's gonna happen tomorrow morning? You think we're gonna get Babar Azam out? I feel like he's quite dangerous and we need to get him as soon as possible. He's on 77. We don't want him to reach that century, but of course
Yeah.
Pakistan will want both of them to reach 3 figures.
I think he does obviously need to come out. But if he does get his century, I think it's important to just restrict him to that and like nothing more.
And now a topic that I feel very passionately about. I think you all know that I feel this passionately about it. Cricket Australia not travelling here for the tour. The 11th hour pullout. Twins as fans. And from a fan point of view, how disappointing was that news?
I think for us as clairvoyants, I don't know what you call it, we did predict or hoped to predict or correctly predict that Elgar was going to be Test captain. So unfortunately, I mean, obviously we didn't see this coming. I say that ironically, because we are clairvoyant, so we didn't see this coming.
Yeah, we literally didn't see it coming.
So yeah, so we're very disappointed, very shocked and appalled, and every other word that we can possibly think of.
And all the beep words as well.
And beep. QB.
Because even though as fans we like to go on with Australia, on about Australia, we like to watch Australia, but it's always an exciting tour when they come and play here on our home soil.
Yes. Yeah, we like
and
those,
it's always good to see them.
Frenemies, yes. I think the last time
even when they bring their sandpaper with them.
Yeah, girl had to go there.
Yeah, sandpaper.
I think they might switch it up this time. They'll use something else that we can't see, like.
Or maybe like do something like put the paper into their fingers. So that when that happens, it's just like Loki, I have sandpaper on my finger.
They're going to fix where they failed.
Nah, I don't think they'll do that.
But now, so that's not gonna happen. So
yeah.
I mean, they say they are postponing the tour, but that's just a PC way of saying that they're pulling out. And I saw lots of fans and commentators and other players from around the world commenting on this and also being disappointed because this really affects the ICC Test Championship. And it seems as though we are being excluded, or Africa even being excluded in this situation. And I am angry as a fan, as a broadcaster. We always look forward to an Australian tour, and I'm not going to make any bones about it or pretend like I'm not angry. I don't often, throw my opinion out there. But Australia, no, I don't have much to say to you, Australia. Well, I do have much to say, but where's the beep sound? This is what I have to say about Australia. That's what I do. That's That's my feelings. Emily, how do you feel about this? Or are you not as disappointed? Was this expected? Did you expect them to be this way?
No, obviously I'm angry and disappointed, but there was some talk, some rumors about the tour being postponed, and that sort of gave me an idea that they might just pull out. But I think the most disappointing thing is that we've been, Cricket South Africa has been doing the most that they can. The Sri Lankan series was successful, the bubble was successful, and they've been trying to, obviously since the whole England story, but they've been trying to really make sure that it's safe and that everything's going to be followed, protocols are going to be followed. And then, to pull out like at last minute, it's disappointing. And it's kind of like, what's the word? It's like, it's dissing us in a sense, just because it's like it's just because like it's not like we've not been trying our best to like make sure everything runs smoothly. So it is disappointing. And I think like what you were saying earlier off air is that if it was a bigger country, if it was India, if it was England, they would not have pulled out. So yeah, I don't know. I just am very disappointed. And I think it would have been a really good series. I think we would have put up a great fight. But yeah, they just decided to pull out. So, there's nothing much we can do about it.
Yeah, and we want to be understanding because it's COVID, but really what you just said is correct because last year they cancelled their Bangladesh tour. I was reading a tweet about how they cancelled their Zimbabwe tour, they cancelled their West Indies tour, but they played England, they played India.
Yeah.
They cancel us.
It kind of feels like they're just cancelling like all the third world countries, you know what I mean, or all the non-big test playing nations in their opinion, like whoever those
but we are a big test playing nation. Like exactly, I know that in recent times things have been a bit rocky.
Exactly. I'm not saying we aren't. I'm saying to them, they might not think we aren't. You know what I mean? In their opinion, they only want to play who they think are the big countries. And the others, they're just like, we don't need to play them. So yeah.
Leisha,
sure.
How do you feel now? Do I need to get the beep sound out?
I was actually thinking in my mind, can I say this nicely? No, it's actually really disappointing. It's actually, I feel as a South African, as a Protea fan, I feel disrespected. Like they're so arrogant. Like who do they think they are? Because I also look forward to the Australians when they come here because they're one of the best teams, better teams, and they kind of force us to step up our game. So it's always good though, and for them to just pull out after CSA has made so much effort into securing a bio bubble, into making sure the COVID protocols were followed, and yeah, like it's just disappointing. I just think they're arrogant a-holes, whatever.
Yeah, and to quote one of them, actually, let me just play this.
Again, I am angry and disappointed.
I'm not sure if you got that. Let me just get it again. We just play it one more time.
Again, I am angry and disappointed.
That's exactly how I feel, and I feel that most of us feel that way. Other tours are not being cancelled. Why are you treating us this way? I saw that Kevin Peterson also tweeted, because I was going through Twitter. I love to see what the fans are saying and what other people are saying as well, whether they're being salty or not. Like sometimes it's nice to read these various opinions. But Kevin Peterson was saying that no way Cricket Australia would have not played India in a test tour. So he's agreeing with what we are saying. It is a really dark time in the world of cricket, with Cricket Australia cancelling their tour of South Africa. At England, cricket also pulled out of SA due to COVID issues, but players test positive in Sri Lanka and the tour goes on? ? Exclamation mark. And that's very true. I mean, the England not playing us and leaving, that was also nonsense. But for this particular case, we did bend over backwards. I mean, we organized separate entrances, at airports, fancy places for them to stay. It was so amazing. We even had 2 cricket teams. One that flew out now to Pakistan to play the T20s, and our test team was going to come back and isolate. All for you, Australia. Lucy, I see you changed your name to Emily. Lucy, you can't keep on confusing us here.
No.
Yeah, I think it's quite bad. Like, they wouldn't have pulled out of the ashes, would they? So,
yeah, 100%. I mean, you seeing a lot of action there with your nation. Well, at least England.
Yeah, so obviously we were probably one of the worst states when we started playing cricket against the West Indies last year, and our COVID rates and stuff were so bad. We would have never gone to a country, say, as bad as ours. But then they came here, which was respectful. But I don't think they should have cancelled, just because it was obviously because your restrictions were loosened on Monday night, weren't they? Yeah,
our restrictions were loosened, but I don't think that is the reason or a good enough reason, because they are not affected by our loosened restrictions.
Yeah, exactly.
Our loosened restrictions is just curfew and the fact that people can drink alcohol. They should feel grateful they can have a drink after the game.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, there would have been no fans of the game and nothing else has changed. So literally, I don't know why. It's just stupid.
But obviously, we are very passionate as South Africans. But you are not a South African. So from the outside looking in, are you agreeing with the statements that we're making? Or do you feel like, it's a little harsh, or you feel like the decision they made was maybe okay?
No, I don't think at all. I think it was quite disrespectful, to be honest. And, obviously we were all looking forward to the series. Like, I've been watching the Proteas when England haven't been on and stuff. So, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, and I am disappointed with the way they've done it. So, yeah.
100%. Well, there you have it, all around the board. No, that is what I've seen. And of course, you have an exciting test series coming up, starting tomorrow against India. England are taking on India. Are you excited for that? Also, one of your batsmen, Zach Crawley, injured himself, falling. He slipped and fell outside of a changing room.
Yeah, he slipped on the way to nets or something, so he's injured his wrist. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the series. Yeah.
Well, on the next show, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that series, because I will be watching that as well, in between also watching our guys in Pakistan, because it's always exciting to see India play, and it's also exciting to see England play.
Wow.
Why is Lucy laughing?
What is going on?
Shame, Lucy. It's okay. You can just chill there at the bottom of the table. It's fine.
Oh, wow. Shame.
Boom.
This is not the show for it. This is not the show for it at all. This is what happens when you let Man United fans loose.
We're just trying to brighten your day, Tara.
Look, I don't need my day brightened this way. This is how I feel about it. That's how I feel.
I love it.
It's fine. You lost. 1-0. We won 9-0. So it's okay. I know you must be feeling heartbroken, but it's fine. You guys will come around eventually. Don't worry. It's just keep working hard. You'll come.
Yeah.
But
for you.
No, listen, I feel like this show is over now. I know what's going to help with my heartbreak. What's going to help with my heartbreak is waking up tomorrow morning and watching the Proteas take those wickets And then when we bat, we are also going to put up a fantastic fight. That's what I look forward to tomorrow. So actually, this is the end of the line. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining me. Thank you to everyone watching, commenting. Hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If liquor's your thing, if you like the juice, enjoy that because you can now have that in South Africa and enjoy more sunset. Well, not for you. Now, what have you changed your name to? Not for you, Lucy.
What?
Not for you, Lucy, because Lucy's in the UK, so she doesn't get beautiful sunsets like we do. Or she does, but at 2:30 in the afternoon. So everyone have a fantastic week. Enjoy the cricket tomorrow. And we'll be back same time, same place next week to talk more about cricket and more about these cricket-related issues. Have a good evening, everyone.